And I see the robin.
I'm just searching for equality, looking for some reason, no finding no apologies. But I do want opportunity, hard work, it ain't new to me.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Auntie Bee.
And it's Rach the Gem. Thanks for listening.
Oh.
We're here. I didn't have nothing to say this
I was
time.
like, welcome to,
She was waiting for it.
welcome to Melanin Boulevard, you guys. We're in week 12, so we's here.
Yes, we is.
And thank you guys for listening as usual.
Yeah, so this is our first official recording of 2018. Last week's show we actually recorded in December before B went out of town. But before we get into the show, I did want to shout out everyone who participated in 31 Days of Self-Love. We still have people commenting and tagging and doing the day-to-day. So thank you for that. I hope it helped somebody. It helped me. So,
Girl, I was trying. I really was. But me and challenges and remembering to go in and do it, like if it was like bi-weekly, I would have been good. But every day I was like, by the time I remember, I was like, shit, I'm like 3 days behind. It was bad. So,
well, you can always go back, but it's something also like when you saw the post that made you think, even if you didn't comment, at least it made you think like, you know.
Yeah.
So shout out to those who paid attention to that, and thanks for participating.
Yes, guys. Thank you.
That was fun.
Hey, so how was your weekend, New Year?
Not as fun as yours. I didn't do shit but work, you know what I'm saying?
You did on New Year's Eve?
No, I just stayed up with the kids.
That's all I do every year.
I really need to get a life.
No, I do that every year. Last time I went out on a New Year's Eve, Wesley was 2 and I almost went to jail.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so fucking around with my bestie and we got into a fight with some niggas. It wasn't even girls.
Oh,
it was
no.
niggas. It was bad, so.
Yeah, I, the last time I, like, went out for New Year's, Simone was probably about 2 and it was cold as fuck on the strip.
Yeah.
My fingers was... I did it twice. Like, one year I got a room on the strip, and I was still cold. I was like, I'm about to go back to this room. But it's too cold, and it's too crowded, and I just can't.
I definitely would not do New Year's Eve in Vegas, period. People crazy. Folks coming in from out of town acting stupid. You know, it's not like you dealing with a lot of locals. You dealing with people from all over.
Right.
Who you don't know how they celebrate New Year. They could just be, New Year, I'm just about to walk up the street and just start stabbing motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This crowd it's too crowded down there. They'll never get away.
I'm good. I mean, that could be their New Year's resolution. Fuck it, stab everybody and just kill me, police. Like, I don't know. I just want to stay away from shit like that. I'm good.
Yeah, so I mean, even on TV, the crowd didn't even look like it normally does. It looked a little thin as far as what I saw. I don't know. But
I mean, it probably has something to do with
the shooting and everything.
Yeah. People's like, yeah, no Vegas for us this year.
Right. Like these motherfuckers don't even know what window.
I'm telling you, when I went to go see Jay-Z, we were sitting there waiting to go into the arena. I had anxiety because I felt like a sitting duck. So I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, nah. I'm not trying to be in that pit. So my ass was at home and just chilling. And I hit January 1st. I hit the ground running. So all my plans from December, it was cracking day one.
That's what's up.
So I've been working hard.
January 1st, I didn't do shit. I stayed up with the kids on New Year's for them to see the fireworks. We normally have family game night, but I didn't get no board games this year. It was just like, let's just watch TV. And then I had my niece over here, and that was pretty much it.
Well, how was your trip?
Oh, invigorating. I needed that trip. It was like a break from reality. And I've said before how I feel like I lived in New Orleans in another life. So it was just like, it felt like I went back home, so to speak. The crowds was cool. It was the start of carnival that Saturday. Oh. So I saw 1 second line parade. I was in 1 second line parade. And then we went to this museum. It's called the Backstreet Cultural Museum. It's in the Treme neighborhood, which is like one of the oldest Black neighborhoods in New Orleans. And I got to go to a Mardi Gras Indian practice, and that was just like, it was like an undescribable feeling. And I couldn't take video or pictures because they're real sacred about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to ask for some videos.
Girl, I couldn't take pictures or video because it was like, so what they do is they practice like their dancing and their chant, what they're going to do like for Mardi Gras or whatever. But their chants are like, I don't even know how to
spiritual?
describe. Very spiritual. It was kind of like an out of body experience like when we were there. It started, the museum is very small, and it started in the museum, and then like more people came, so they ended up going outside, and then like as people were walking down the street, they were stopping. Girl, it was very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? Like comforting, because I felt like, okay, example, you know how when you go to church and no, why are you shaking your head? No. Okay, so you know how when you're in church and they sing that one song that always just kind of stirs your spirit up, make you want to cry, kind of, you like, oh, this is my jam, and yes, Lord type. That's how I was feeling, like, yo, this is like everything. And then I've always been infatuated with that particular culture, the Mardi Gras Indians. So I have always done like a lot of studying like on the different tribes and stuff like that. And so to actually be there, it was like bucket list check. Like I was cool. So
my ass would have been there with them black spy glasses.
Spy glasses. The video?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play with you. Oh my God. I can't say this though. I was getting so irritated because they made it very known that they did not want anyone to videotape or take photos. And like,
who did it?
The others, of course.
You already know.
And so like we were standing by some guy, and he was like, I guess he was like the security for the night, and I counted on all fingers and all toes how many people he told to put their cameras away over and over and over again. It was just so fucking annoying. And this is their second time opening that practice up to the public, because it's how they bring in 12th night or the Epiphany or whatever, which is 12 nights after Christmas, start of Carnival. This is how they always have traditionally brought it in. All the tribes come together, one big practice, right? So this is their second year opening that up to the public. So for you to come in and just continuously disrespect after they say don't take pictures or something, like you're gonna make them shut this shit down,
right?
For the people who really want to be there, you know what I'm saying? So
they just don't have any respect. Like for something that's sacred, just respect it. If you can't respect it, then don't come.
Yeah, girl.
I'd have been pushing people's hands down. Excuse me, sir. And respect the indigenous people,
girl. But it was good.
That's good. Well, I mean, you look like you have fun.
I did.
Your plates look like you have fun.
The food. Even the Popeyes chicken tastes different. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, because my friend Jamie was like, girl, that Popeyes ain't taste different. Fuck that. The Popeyes even tasted different. That was just like a late night rendezvous. We was like, we hungry. Let's go get some chicken across the street. But the food was like cheap. Like we would literally have appetizer, main course, drinks, dessert, all of that. And every time we went out to eat, we'd pay no more than $60.
Really?
That's it. The bill always came to $60. That's it. So, and then it kept you full because it's that shit to stick to you.
Yeah.
So we had a good time.
What makes me want to go? I have family down there.
Girl, I'm definitely going to Mardi Gras next year.
I definitely need to be there.
Me and Corey were like, so we're going to Mardi Gras. So don't be making no plans for next year in March, because it's March 5th next year, I think. He was like, don't be making no girl trips. We coming to Mardi Gras. I was like, all right, I'm good with it. Let's go.
Well, at least you were able to get away. Self-care. There it goes.
And then I came back, and here I am.
Back to reality.
I almost cried when I had to get on that plane. I was like, no, I miss my babies, but no, it was a mess.
Well, let's move on. I'm glad you have fun, but let's move on. We're going to get into our health tip. So this week's health tip is how to preserve your peace. So let's start this year off right on the good foot and just be peaceful so you can be productive. So here's 5 tips to preserve your peace. Is when you say no, mean it. So one thing that, can cause conflict in your life is doing things that you don't necessarily want to do. Learn to say no and mean it and not explain it any further. The mouse is moving.
That was a little freaky. I'm gonna just do that.
It's called gravity. Don't do that.
I figured that was, but because when I saw the cord moving, then I was like, oh, okay. But out the corner of my eye, that was freaky.
2 would be take quiet time out for yourself. Everybody needs like a little break to quiet their thoughts.
Yes, God.
I mean, I lock myself in that bathroom sometimes and be like, I just need like 5 minutes of silence.
Girl, my favorite line. Go talk to your dad. Leave me alone, please. Even the dogs be sticking their paws under the door. I'll be like, goddamn, no breaks.
And also plan ahead, because being late is not fun. If you're starting your day out and you're running late, that is not a great start to your day, and it can just spiral to not good day. Mm-hmm. So it's just plan the night before. I'm so guilty of this, where I'm like, I just need to get all the kids' clothes laid out and and then in the morning I'm rushing. So, but the days that I do plan properly, my day goes so smooth. So yeah, plan ahead. 4 is ask for guidance, and because you can't do everything by yourself. Mm-hmm. When you need the help, when you need the clarity, don't let your ego get the best of you. So always ask for help and guidance. And also be true to yourself. And when something doesn't fit, accept it. So if something's not sitting well with you, you have to speak up for yourself. And this also goes along with self-care. So speak up, do what you feel is right for you, not right for someone else.
And that's so true. And that's something I used to struggle with. But now I'm just like, no, absolutely not.
I'll say it in Spanish.
I'm not comfortable.
No. French. No.
No. So this week, we don't have a king or a queen, guys. Sorry. We just kind of felt like nobody was making no moves this week, and we haven't gotten any emails. So let me go ahead and give y'all the email address one more time, okay? Melanin Boulevard abbreviated @gmail.com. If you know somebody who is popping, doing the damn thing, and you want us to shout them out, give them a crown, put them on the throne for the week, send us an email, and we'll shout them out on the show.
You can also go to the contact page on the Melanin Boulevard website too.
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
So there's 2 ways. Or DM us, Facebook us, something.
Tweet.
Anything.
Yeah.
So just let us know. All right. So let's move on to a word on the boulevard. So, there's a typo right there and it threw me off.
I saw it earlier. I meant to. It's what we finna do.
We're about to start booging. We'll be launching a blog within the next week or so, in between the time of our episodes, when things that are kind of big happen. We're going to go ahead and blog about it, just to kind of stay in contact, stay up to date, so you guys know what's going on. Definitely things that happen in our community we want to highlight at all times. So that's one. Another thing is that Spike Lee's Netflix show, She's Gotta Have It, it's been renewed for a 2nd season. I still need to watch the whole season.
I still haven't gotten past the first 10 minutes of episode 1.
I got like halfway through episode 1, and then my kids came in. I was like, ooh, that is not for children.
I just struggle with the format of his movies, and that's what.
Give it a chance, because I really want to go back and watch it. I like the show from where it was, from what I saw. So, I'm sleepy. I'm due.
Girl, when?
I know. I'm happy because they were kind of dogging out the lead actress and kind of dogging the show out. It's actually a remake. There's an older version of it.
The movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, give her a chance. They were dogging her out because, they were saying she was having sex with a lot of people, but they love Samantha off of Sex in the City. I'm just saying.
First of all, let me just say this. If you're single, you don't have no ties to nobody, and you want to get down, then bitch, get down.
Right.
Like, why everybody got something to say what I'm doing with my nanny? Like, why? What's that's your business?
It's none of your business.
It's none of your business what I'm doing with it. Period, point blank. I'm living my single life. This is how I want to live my single life. I want to have multiple sex partners who give me different orgasms. Like, come on, man.
And what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Why are you mad, people?
Nothing. And this is the problem I have with black people. Y'all always feel like because they have multiple sex partners, it's automatically a hoe. But when the dude do it,
double standard.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here with that. Get yours, girl. What's her name? The girl?
I don't know. I forget.
It started with an N. I can't remember. Whatever. Character on the show.
Do your thing, girl. Do your thing. So I did watch, only because Simone loves, like, shows. Like, she's like an old person where she has to watch, like, CBS. I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
What show she watched?
So she wanted to watch the New Year's show on... like in Times Square, right?
Oh, with Mariah Carey and all them.
Steve Harvey was hosting with. When I was watching Google. When I was watching it, I was just like, look at him and this jacket. Like, he looks like.
Hold on.
He looks like he is winter times pimp. Like, they were when social media got a hold of him. I was weak. I was like, I know they about to have a field day with this. So if you pull up like Steve Harvey,
it looked like wrapping paper.
Where he's wearing not that. That's old. It's a white. It's all white.
That's horrible too.
They said he was out there looking like Olivia Pope. And that's how he was looking.
Oh my God, Steve! No. Why you doing it to yourself?
Right, like, oh no, baby, what is you doing? Like,
oh my God,
he was out there bundled. Okay, he was like, y'all got me messed up. Yeah, he was out there just, and the jokes just kept coming. I was at a loss of words. They were saying he looks like Olivia Pope. See?
Oh my God. Steve said, look, I just got over a bout of pneumonia, so I'm going ahead and bundle up.
On everything, it says Steve Harvey dressed like your uncle who just won his divorce. Ignorance. Steve Harvey out here looking like he's about to announce the first ever Hunger Games.
Oh my God. It wasn't that
bad.
My
God, Mary J. Blige, though. I'm not about to play with these people. Oh my God, look how he made his face all small. He was like, I am not about to be cold, and turn them heat lamps on too. Don't play with me. He was out there bundled up.
I don't blame him, but I wouldn't have been bundled up in Olivia Pope's
jacket. Like, I hated it with the white hat to match. I was just like, Steve,
you're doing too much.
Looking like the abominable snowman came to life. Like, what are you doing? So that was super funny on New Year's Day to see all those posts because I was weak. I love to laugh. Essence magazine is now 100% black owned. Did you see that?
Hey, although the guy who bought it also owns Shea Moisture, and he sold that to Unilever. So
he did.
Yeah, Shea Moisture is not 100% black owned anymore. Yeah, so I'm like,
as fuck.
Hopefully with the him getting Essence, he can buy it back and just make it. You know what I'm saying?
Black people. What did you think about that new Cardi B and Bruno Mars song? I like the video.
Song. The video was cute. It was really cute. It took me back to the 90s when I was a super huge. I would have loved to have seen J-Lo dancing in there. I'm just saying.
I know, just off GP, like
like that was her. That's her shit. That's where she got set up and put on top was off of In Living Color.
They should have put her on the song as a surprise. There could be a remix, just real quick.
Oh yeah, her and Bruno meshed together. I think that if they do that, they need to pull Cardi off though, because that's not gonna go. that's not gonna go.
Maybe.
But the video was really cute. I thought Cardi looked really, really cute in her little outfit. She wasn't doing too much in the video.
No.
And
She did show all of her ass cheek, but
oh, you talking about falling out the shorts?
yeah.
Well, that's how it was back then. Daisy Dukes.
They were hella short.
That's how they were.
But
back
booties
then.
wasn't that big back then. I'm just like,
Shit, girl, down in Miami they was. Yeah. So the video was cute. I actually liked it a lot. Bruno never disappoints me though.
His hair was working my nerve though. His hair, I was just like,
boy, fix it.
Bruno, like, you couldn't put some water on that, like
some leisure curls,
something.
Gel.
It was looking a little crunch. Like,
he needed that gorilla snot. What's it called?
Ew,
Mocos, the gel. You know what I'm talking about?
not on his hair.
Yeah, that'll tame that shit, girl.
He says he wears a lot of hats because he doesn't know what to do with his hair. I saw that on
Cut It
karaoke. What's that?
Carpool karaoke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cut It.
No, I don't know. I think he would look funny without having his hair out the sides of his hats. So, so we can't wait until the Black Panther movie.
Yes.
Kendrick and TDE are producing a soundtrack for the movie, so it's about to be real lit. You already know. I want to be at the premiere. So, night one, in a group, mob deep.
So somebody was like, because apparently Black women been saying they're gonna boycott.
No, we have not.
Michael B. Jordan dating, but he's been dating outside of the race since The Wire, so whatever. So it was funny because my friend posted something on his Facebook page, and I was like, "Listen, I don't give a fuck who that nigga dating.
Right?
I'm still showing up in a fur coat with a t-shirt on underneath to say, nigga, we made it."
Just out of nowhere.
Bam! I'm just gonna flash everybody, nigga, we made it. Like, who comes up with this shit?
White people. We did not listen. On behalf of all Black women, we never said that shit.
We didn't. Well, I don't know.
We ain't say that shit.
I don't know. Here's my
really
thing, because it's some chicks that was talking some good shit.
Because he's in a Black Panther movie. Like, there's a lot of Black actors that are married to white women. Y'all bitches still watching Power.
They say this is a big rich town.
So shut the fuck up.
Can't wait for that to come back on either.
I know. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought. Wait.
Let's just go off course real quick. Go ahead. Go.
So I saw this post. It said, Power may not be available in your area, and I was like, oh hell no. What happened to Raina? Where's the funeral? Like, let me know. It was in another town, girl. I was like, good, because listen,
we was finna have some problem. I was about to get on the phone with Stars. I got connects.
So, yeah, because they're in some area. Stars is being taken away, so not my area. So if y'all need a password to Stars, hit me up.
The little app. Let me tell you something. I will charge you $5 per login.
Okay, and I'll change the password every day.
Every day.
What you want to do?
And you can PayPal that to me.
Cash App.
Cash App. Exactly.
So, anyways, we can't wait to see the Black Panther movie. We're definitely on that. And this next one, I'm not going to even say the name of the company. I don't want to shop there anymore. My kids are wearing their clothes today, but I just bought that shit last month. So they going to keep wearing that shit.
Why are we not saying the name of the company?
Because we don't do free publicity for their bullshit.
That's not publicity.
It could be a reason behind them doing that shit in the first place.
So I can't say it?
Don't say it. But we can say some Black companies.
So fuck Helen Melon. That's what I'm going to say.
Helen Melon. Okay.
And y'all can figure it out from there.
Y'all know.
Just saying. You drop the Ellen off of each word and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, fuck them. But then the mom has responded saying she doesn't see it as a big deal.
So here's the thing with that, because the ad initially came out in the UK. Okay,
but
the culture is a little bit different over there.
No,
it is
not that damn different. Where they don't know a motherfucker that these motherfuckers really in Europe. Where they left that area and went to motherfucking our land and started calling motherfucking Black people monkeys. They no.
So according to my friend's cousin who lives there and has been living there all her life, monkey is not a derogatory word to black people over there. So now whether or not they think that way or not, I don't know. That's a totally different culture. I know over here, you call me a monkey, you getting fist to your face, period, point blank. But my problem, I didn't say shit about the parents because I feel like, you know, first I felt like, okay, if they're contractually, I think I probably said that wrong, whatever, binded, then did they have some say so? Then I found out they did have some say so. Then I saw where she was like, she didn't think it was offensive. My thing is this, the company itself, I don't give a fuck if it is out of the UK catalog. Helen Melon is a big enough company to know what is going on around the world. So their marketing team, whatever the fuck was put in place, who saw that shit, didn't necessarily have to come from a place of being racist from that particular aspect, but it should have been thought out. It was a poorly thought out ad. I'm just like, and that little boy is beautiful.
He was so damn cute. And my friend hit me up and was like, ain't he posing the shit out of that?
Girl, he rocked the shit out of that.
He was with his hands in his pocket.
He was like, oh, these motherfuckers got me fucked up, but I'm a little cute though.
He's super cute.
Yeah.
Super cute, little handsome little boy, brown skin. But I'm not here for that shit. So I did tag some black businesses on my page, Rach_the_gem.
I just tagged Helen Melon and said, shame on you motherfuckers. It is what it is. I go for the jugular.
They don't exist anymore. But if we start, you know, I know that sometimes it's hard because we're going off convenience of, you know, we have to support our black companies so they can have more storefronts and so they can be at the malls. So that's just kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of online companies, but sometimes my kids need clothes like now. Yeah. And I be like, shit. And the prices are good too. Oh.
Children's Place. That's where I get all my boys.
I know. That was Helen Melon.
Helen Melon
was one Children's Place, Old Navy.
And I love them just because off of the strength of the campaign that Beyonce did.
Oh my gosh, I know. That was everything.
So I was like, okay, Helen and Melon, y'all got the queen, so I'm going to start shopping here. Because before then, I ain't shopped there.
For real?
I didn't. I was faithful to the Children's Place because I feel like they always have the best sales.
They had, even for yourself, they have cute dresses and everything. I
can't fit nothing in there. I didn't try before.
Even the dresses?
Yeah. Because I'm tall.
You ain't that damn tall.
I am. When it comes to a maxi dress, it is. I should be hitting the middle of my calf.
You look like
it's
church.
Supposed to be longer.
It's church lady. Like,
right. Why can you see my ankles?
Put them damn kitten heels on, girl. With that little peep toe.
Right. Be stepping out like, shit, girl, this Helen and Melon.
Get my Bible.
But yeah, that pissed me off. And then right after that one came out, another one came out, Adidas. It was in a mall where it was advertising one of the cleats that just came out. And the name of the cleat is the Predator. Mm-hmm. But they had a black man's face on it, on the thing. Now, you could have put a picture of the damn cleat. You didn't have to put a picture of...
Why couldn't you use like an animal, like a panther
something,
or some type of something else?
And let me just say this while we on this subject. I'm just going to go off on a tangent for a minute. I'm sick of you niggas coming onto my page.
Your page?
Oh, yeah. Oh, girl. Yeah.
When?
Oh, I had to shut the thread down. I had to shut the fucking thread down.
You should have tagged me.
You was on the thread. You probably, girl, it had over 100 notifications, like 100 comments on it. Oh. I had to shut it down. But I'm sick of you motherfuckers coming on my page, making it seem like a bitch is too woke. You can never be too woke. Oh. Period, point blank. The problem with the situation is that we always want to see it for, people who are not looking so deep into the situation, and then look at people who are looking into the situation as, oh, y'all just trying to nitpick, find something to do. So my issue with that was I had people coming on my page being like hella disrespectful. And it pissed me off because I'm just kind of like, check it out. This is how I feel. My baby's nursery had little monkeys on it. It was a jungle theme. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The problem that I had with the sweatshirt, which I was trying to relay my message, but motherfucker was so busy fucking keyboard gangbanging on a bitch that they couldn't get it. My message was, the sweatshirt said coolest monkey in the jungle. You just labeled him as a monkey in the jungle. Now, if he would have came out there with the sweatshirt on with a little monkey swinging on it, I wouldn't have no problems with that. Right. Because it's just a picture, and he's a kid. Yeah. But when you put that label, that's the issue that I had with it. So for everybody who was on the thread, it's shut down now. But for everybody who's on the thread who has something to say to try to make it seem like I was just being too woke or reading too far into it, or anybody that's in my little entourage who has something to say, who felt the same way I felt, and y'all was coming after him, fuck you. Stay off my Facebook page. Hit that unfriend button. I ain't got time for that bullshit. That's all I got.
Well,
it was too much to type, so I had to say
I don't know if I was on your thread.
That fucking thread got heated.
I definitely wasn't on that.
Heated.
Damn it, why didn't I?
And I'm just like, you niggas always want to see it for a motherfucker that's not really looking too deep into it. Like, it's there in your face. Right. He's being labeled as a monkey.
And the little white boy was a little survival expert, but I'm just saying.
Oh, and another thing, let me go off on a tangent too. For you niggas that created the sweatshirt that said future school shooter, y'all ain't shit either.
They really those ain't babies. Shit. They are.
These are fucking babies.
Pissed the fuck off if they put that shit on my child, like recreated that. I'll be pissed the fuck off. I get where they coming from.
I get where they coming from,
but it's a child. If it was a grown person, okay, whatever. But that's a child. That's fucked up.
I chuckled when I saw the picture. I ain't even gonna lie. But then, like 2 seconds later, I was like, "What? This is somebody's baby.
Yeah, that's somebody's
kids are innocent.
Kids are innocent.
Some kids are innocent because sometimes at that age they already into their little racism. You know, depending on the parents. But yeah, but okay, I'm done with that whole situation. I think got my blood pressure up because I was ready to fight a bitch yesterday.
And it's not the first time that they did that, I'm finding out, but we just got to do our research and do our best to support each other.
All black everything.
That's what we got to do. So lastly, this month we will, a portion of Melanin Boulevard,
I'm trying,
is going to be at the Women's March in Las Vegas, which is on the 21st of January. So we'll be there supporting the cause, march to the polls. It's a rally. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, that's where we at with it. Oh, what about, you want to tell them about Block Party?
Oh, okay. So check it out. We got this new thing that we're about to start doing for the year of 2018. At the end of every month, we're going to have a bonus episode called a Block Party. So make sure you guys stay tuned. The premises behind it is just to have a roundtable and just to talk about just more in-depth issues about things that we have going on in the black community. More taboos, more issues like, black feminism and, things from a black male's perspective and stuff like that. So you guys stay tuned. It's going to be a really good time. And like I said, it's going to be once a month, bonus episode. So go ahead and subscribe. We'll give all the information at the end of the show. But go ahead and subscribe so you can make sure you're getting those alerts when new episodes and new content actually post to iTunes and all them other places. So,
all right. Next.
All right. So now we're going to get into our...
Let me get comfortable.
Crack my knuckles for this shit. Do a little side stretches here. So our melanated discussion today is called the morning after pill. No,
not that morning.
For you hoes out there, we ain't talking about that.
Why you gotta be a hoe if you take the pill?
Because they was like, but no, we're talking about a metaphorical pill. So, what we mean is that the next day after you have committed adultery or been unfaithful in your relationship, what you gonna do?
Right.
What you gonna do?
So this we're doing basically saying, what was it about first?
How relationships can get back together
continually.
after. Yeah. Like,
what happens after
is it
the
a pill
morning
you
after?
swallow to just make it go away? Like,
No.
did it happen? Did it not? Like, so let's just kind of dive right in.
What do you do?
First of all, what's considered cheating? Because there's so many different gray areas to it. I just need a black and white. Like, what do you think is cheating?
I think cheating is anything, one, that you have to keep a secret. If you can't openly be honest with your spouse and be like, this is what I'm doing, and that is, if you're keeping secrets, maybe you should think about this.
Yeah.
Texting inappropriately, don't get it twisted. Just because you didn't touch the person,
That don't mean nothing.
texting, that shit's cheating.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't want the other person to do it, maybe you need to rethink your your decisions.
Right.
Whether it be emailing, Facebooking, texting on your phone, it doesn't fucking matter. DMing, just stop sliding these women's DMs and these men's DMs, and you got somebody at home. That is cheating.
Yeah.
Of course, physical cheating.
I don't want to hear no bullshit about, it just fell in.
Nah. How? She was spread eagle, like,
And you just tripped.
Yeah,
And it was already hard and you just boop.
right. Nah, why was y'all both naked?
Or he was just laying on the floor, because women ain't innocent either. He was just laying on the floor. You just fell on top. Come
like,
on.
well, since I'm here,
Might as well.
you don't want to waste it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, of course, physical, emotionally cheating. It's just anything that's going to, I look at, if you wouldn't want the other person to do it, don't do it. This is in a monogamous relationship, first of all. If it has to be a secret, it's probably cheating. And even though you aren't physical, that's cheating. Sneaking to talk to them, cheating. Sneaking to see them, even if it's for lunch, cheating. If you're having lunch with a friend, you should be able to tell your spouse, like,
I'm having lunch with a friend.
Yeah,
right.
like, if that's your friend, it shouldn't be a big deal.
Right.
And I feel that, like, maybe, in a relationship, if you have a friend of even the opposite sex, even sometimes the same sex, you never know. But it should be an open, honest relationship. Like, I think each spouse should at least know who the person is. We ain't got to be buddy, but you know who James is, and he's my damn friend.
I think it goes with the friendship thing. It goes a little bit further than that. Like, a lot of people like to argue, like, I was his friend or I was her friend before they got into a relationship. Well, okay, so now if that's the case and they feel that way about you, then we should all be able to be friends.
Right.
It shouldn't be where, okay, I'm going to kick it with Tasha. I'll be back because I'm going to tell you no.
Right. I think there's some stipulations when it is, like, of the opposite sex.
Right.
If we can't kick it all together, then I feel like there might be a little problem.
It's a respect thing. So even if you're the friend that's on the outside, you should respect, you should set some boundaries. Like, okay, I get it. You're best friends with that person. Y'all been tight, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's still his wife or that's still her husband,
Right.
so you have to respect those boundaries. And it sucks. You got to kind of pull yourself out of the situation, because the first thing, affairs start with conversations.
They have
Period.
to. Yeah.
And so you can be with that person and they're in a vulnerable state because maybe they're arguing with their spouse or significant other.
Yeah.
And then one thing leads to another because you're their friend, you're his or her friend, and you want to comfort them. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, y'all done did something, even if it's just a kiss or something. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of, when you're the outside friend, you have to kind of pull back off of that situation and allow them to be in their monogamous relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right. As a friend, I would be like, if me and a person have been friends prior to their relationship and me and this friend kick it, I'm going to invite the girl too.
Right. Absolutely.
Because that's only right. I would never want anyone to think like something's going on,
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
So as the friend, I would always invite, to an outing. I will always invite the couple. You guys are both invited. Just out of respect.
It's a respect thing. Yeah. Some of my really good friends are actually friends that I've met because I was friends with their husband or their boyfriend or whatever. And when I say really good friends, I'm talking about like I call these women my sisters, like because initially when I found out they were with somebody, I did that. Why don't you guys come over? Let's all hang out, whatever. And then me and the chick would get to chatting. The next thing you know, we shopping, we BFFs. I'm baby guy mom now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and it's a respect thing. You have to, if you're going to have an outside friend like that, you have to make sure that their significant other feels comfortable, because if not, and you're blatantly just trying to sabotage your relationship, in my opinion.
Right. It's like a sneak attack.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
So morning after, what happens? Like, do you think the relationship can work afterwards, or?
It just all depends. And I have like a zero tolerance. I've been in situations where the person cheated and there was like proof, as far as I talked to the person, they called and I picked up, and or I see messages and I wasn't there for it. I checked out. As far as like if it's non-physical, for me personally, this is just me. I think that if it's non-physical, it may be something that, I'm just going to speak for myself. I gave someone another chance when it was non-physical. But if you continue to do the shit, then
I'm out.
I'm going to check out. It doesn't work for me. Even the first time, it's kind of like I kind of checked out. I was like, nah, but you want to beg your way back? Beg your way back. And we can see what we can do. But they obviously didn't learn their lesson. And that's not, they didn't see the value of them needing to be there, but they just wanted to hold on to me for their own selfish reasons. Me personally, I don't like the feeling of having to worry about who you're talking to. Like, if your phone's sitting there and it's face down, I already know the deal. Right.
Ain't nobody stupid.
Right.
Or if it's just numbers coming in that's not stored in your phone.
Right.
Ain't nobody stupid.
Right.
For me, I feel that with the physical versus like the emotional, I always say that I'd rather it be like a one night stand cheat than an emotional cheat. Yeah. Because now I feel like you're sharing more than just your dick with that person. It's like you're sharing your heart with them. You're having conversations. The shit that we're supposed to be doing, you're doing with that person. Right. And so to me, that hurts a little bit more than, I got drunk and I had sex with a girl in the bar. You know what I'm saying? Both are still fucked up, and I'm still going to go upside your head. But it's still, the emotional one is the part where I'm just kind of like.
That hurts your feelings a lot more.
Yes, it does. It
a lot more.
Does.
Especially when you sit next to this nigga and he want to be texting motherfuckers. That shit makes no sense to me. That's something I'll never understand. I'm just saying.
Into detail on that one. But I will say on my, with my baby daddy, I had a bitch call me and describe my entire fucking house to me.
Oh, hell to the no.
Girl, I was on the first thing smoking. Yeah, I was on the bus then because I was young. But
I'm not finna play. But what you say?
The first thing smoking. I sure did take them 2 buses. And by the time I got there, the bitch was gone. But still, it was just kind of like, you're in my house right now, homie? Like, you're bold enough to call me at my job, because that's when cell phones wasn't really the thing. You call me at my job, I pick up Lady Foot Locker, this is Brandy, and you're describing, your bathroom looks like this, and I see in the closet you have these shoes, you have that girl, the bitch was bold. She was real bold. Mm-hmm. I caught her ass though.
I would have caught a case.
Oh, I caught her. It was like months later after they had stopped messing around. I beat her ass. Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Tragic. Yeah, that's some scandalous ass shit. Like, what was the point behind that? But anyways, emotional does hurt more. It's just there's a lot of factors that go into thinking about, like, if you would give the relationship another chance, history, how long have you been together, who else is involved, all that goes into consideration if you ain't been with this person a long time, it's easy to be like, you know what, this is early on in the relationship and you already pulling this shit. Yeah, let me
cut ties.
Exit stage left.
Right. So it was nice knowing you. Have a good day. Go over there with somebody else who wants to tolerate it, but I'm not going to do it.
Right. It's just a lot of factors. I've never, I don't know. I don't like people. I just feel I have this thing where I will only give people like 30 days. Once you got 30 days to either prove yourself, make or break. If you don't make it, on to the next. Like,
my issue with, like, you cheated, I'm still gonna take you back, is when the motherfucker that cheated is kind of like, okay, so you took me back, so get over it. But no, it don't work like that. No,
they don't get to call the shots.
No, you don't get to do nothing but sit here and every now and then take some verbal damage. That's what you get to do. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side to it is, if you do decide to take that person back, you can't continue to hound them about what they do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there are responsibilities on both sides.
Yes.
What would be your breaking point? Like, the breaking point, boom, that's the breaking point for me. Like, it doesn't really take much for me.
My experience wise, my breaking point was when I realized that you were a serial cheater. When I realized he was a serial cheater, like, after all the begging and pleading and long nights of makeup sex and shit like that, and then you went out and did it again and again and again.
It's hella confusing. I don't understand it.
It's like, after a while, I mean, I got him back because I cheated on him too. After a while, I was like, fuck this shit. You busting bitches down, I'm busting it open. Let's go. Oh. Yeah, it was bad. I was 20, so I didn't know no better. But it was just kind of like, my emotions were empty at that point.
Yeah.
And I literally did not get into a relationship, I dated other people, but I didn't get into a real relationship to my husband now.
Mm.
That was 12 years later.
Wow.
Because I was just like, I need to make sure that whoever the next person that I'm with is not going to fuck with me the way this nigga did.
Yeah. The breaking point, I mean, only recently I've given chances, and I think it's the point of how many chances does somebody deserve? I mean, my God, like, how many chances do you expect to get? And this shit's getting real old.
It's kind of like you sit back and go, not necessarily like asking how many chances, but what are your feelings for me? And why do you keep doing this to me? Right. That's what I want to know. Like, let's sit down, let's talk about this shit, because let's get it all clear out in the air how you really feel about me. Mm-hmm. And then let me decide from there. I'm not going to keep giving you those chances if off the rip you're telling me I don't know how I feel about you, and that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
But a lot of times they know exactly how they feel about you, and let's say they do say they love you. A lot of times when people do things like this, men and women, when they mistreat the person that they say they love, it doesn't have anything to do with that person.
Yeah.
It's something going on with them, you know? And as the person being hurt, you just have to take a step back, and you have to realize what your worth is, because if they're doing this to somebody who's, one, not doing anything to them, and two, they say they love them, mm-hmm. there's really something going on with them.
Right. It's a conflict within them.
Yeah. So that, that doesn't have anything to do with them. Some people don't love themselves, so they don't know how to love somebody else, and they drown themselves in other situations. Or some people self-destruct when something good is going. They don't know how to handle that mm-hmm. good. So self-destruction, that's true. So it's just, I would never blame, a lot of times when people go through things or they get cheated on, they blame themselves and they want to say like, what was wrong with me? Or, when there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, you were there for them, all these things. You have to value yourself and step away.
Yeah, I agree. So what will be the steps that you feel will be needed to start the healing process for the relationship if you choose to stay?
I think if you chose to stay, the first thing that you both need to do is seek counseling immediately, because at some point there is a lack of communication somewhere.
Right.
Whether it's the person who's cheating saying, look, I got some things that I need to address and I'm really not ready for a relationship. I shouldn't have gotten into this relationship. Or whether it's something going on like, hey, I'm a sex addict, or, you know, it could be anything, but they both need to go to counseling, figure out what the issue is and work together. And it has to be consistent. It can't be like, go one day or go for a month and expect things to be better. It's literally going to take time. Yeah. Because that stuff hurts, you know, and certain activities and certain things may trigger the other person. So it's counseling. You have to seek counseling. That is the main thing. And be open and honest. If you actually want to give them another chance and you're being honest and you don't want to, like, some people stay in the relationship after they cheated to be like, I see they're with me still. Right. And that's not fair for anybody, even if you don't want them. So you're going to take this person back only to give them a hard time, and you really don't want to be with them after they hurt your feelings. Right. So both sides need to be honest, and both sides need to go to counseling separately and together.
Yeah, I agree about the counseling thing, because it sometimes you have those relationships where the one or the other one cheated because of neglect, literally. So going to counseling, you're there with someone who has a non-biased opinion. They don't know either one of you, and they can, from general conversation that they're having with you, they can point out the shit that may be affecting the other person that's causing them to want to step out or have those feelings, and then address it from there. Then I think from the healing standpoint, you got to go back to what sparked your interest in this person, what caused you to love them, what, you know what I'm saying, start dating again, sending those little I love you text messages, or
do what you did to get them.
Exactly. Just
that
go
needs
back
to continue.
Go back to day one, and just kind of go through that, and then set a plan together. I know it sounds crazy, but you have to set a plan of, if we're going to be back together and we're going to heal from this, how are we going to do this? You have to do that together. You can't, even if you don't do it in an actual counseling session, you still need to sit down with that person.
And set boundaries. Yep. Because, sometimes a lot of times we get in relationships and we don't know, what the boundaries are. Like, different people accept different things, some people be like, hey, that doesn't work for me. Yeah. And some people are like, oh, that's not even a big deal for me. So I think boundaries definitely need to be reset and established after that happens.
I agree.
And especially the trust has to be rebuilt, because most times the person doesn't come home after they cheated and say, oh, you know what? I cheated on you. I'm sorry. Or, you know what? I've been texting this person. I'm sorry. They find out about it. So it's also a healing from being lied to. And you're looking me in my face and, acting like everything's good, but it's really not. Yeah. Like, that's another part that, you guys have to get over. So boundaries have to be set.
Definitely. I also feel like, and I said it earlier, but the cheater needs to understand the damage that they've done, and understand that the person is not going to get over it overnight, and that they literally are going to have to jump through hoops if they really want to be with that person.
That's damn right true. Healing is not going to happen when you feel that they should heal. Right. You can't dictate that. Just like they didn't dictate where you was putting you in everything. They didn't dictate that. So, you have to be patient. Shit, you did it to yourself. So you shouldn't have been fucking your boss. Or you shouldn't, you shouldn't have been talking to your homeboy, whatever. Right. You're wrong. So you gotta accept the fact. And if you really want to be with this person, be thankful they gave you another chance. Yeah. Yeah. And if you really want to be with them, don't fuck it up again.
Don't.
So it's just messed up to see people going through the same thing over and over. And it's just, I just kind of wonder what's going on in the mind of the person that's cheating, because I'm not going to beg for somebody's forgiveness and do the same shit over again. That's just crazy. It takes a lot of energy to be like, baby, please. Like, it takes a lot of energy. So, yeah, I don't know.
How long do you think the cheater should be punished for?
Yeah. And like, punished is in quotations, because it's not really a punishment, but it's just like, I'm mad at you. My feelings are hurt.
Let me do this.
Right. Yeah. Like, let me work through whatever I feel like I got to work through. You know, sometimes we have reactions that may not be the right reactions, but that's the reaction when you get your heart broken. I don't know if there's really a time frame that you can put on it. I wouldn't say years. Like, there has to show some sort of progression. Right. Like, jumping, or just counseling. Let it go. Right. You know, you can't be putting this person through a punishment or whatever you want to call it for years, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's torture. Yeah. So it has to be some sort of progression. As you go to counseling, there needs to be progression on both sides. And even though the person cheated, if they're in a year and a half and we're still feeling like it's day one, and they still getting up like, I can't believe you did that to me. Maybe that, I would say that's maybe when the cheater may want to be like, okay, I know I messed up, but I mean, come on now.
But, and you know what? Because I can see if that happens like consistently. But what if the person has a dream about it and it kind of you know what I'm saying? It kind of stirs that back up.
Yeah. Like I said, there's things that trigger it. But if we haven't made any progress in, person can't even go to the bathroom, or when they're at work and they come home from work, you like, what was you doing today? You did. Like, every day though, like, who wants to go through that every day? No, absolutely and not. Who wants to do that every day? Like,
it's like, why are you here?
Right. You know, so I think there has to be a healthy progression. Like, there has to be healthy progress. It needs, you know, a month ago, you know, I was feeling some type of way about you going out with friends, but you know what? I think that we're okay. You know, it needs to be some sort of progression. That trust and that foundation has to be built back up. That communication has to be built back up. And on top of that, the cheater definitely needs to be also doing their work, doing what they're supposed to do, making sure that they're showing that they can be trusted consistently. Like, they have to be consistent. Yeah. And it's not a temporary thing. You should always be consistent with your spouse.
Absolutely. Do you think that the cheater owes the spouse anything?
Yeah. The truth.
At all times.
Yeah. They owe them the truth. If they got 20 questions when they find out, you need to answer every 20 questions. Like, all of the 20 questions you need to ask, you need to answer those.
And then understand that a couple of days later, it may be 20 more. You know what I'm saying? You have to let them process it. You have to let them process it.
'Cause things be going through your mind, like, and like, sometimes you think back, like, so when I was here, this is what was going on, or, you know what I mean? Like, I was sitting on the couch and this motherfucker was that type of shit. So, you, as a cheater, you owe your spouse patience. You owe them communication, open communication. You owe them respect, and you owe them their time. Yeah, and truth.
I agree. What do you think? Vice versa? Like, do you think the spouse owes the cheater anything?
I think the spouse still owes them respect
if they're choosing to stay.
Yeah, if they're choosing to stay, and if you're gonna say, let's work on this, then you owe them the opportunity to show you, or you know what I'm saying, you have to give them the opportunity to show that, right, you know, their remorse, and that they're willing to fix it or whatever, because we are all human, and humans make mistakes.
Absolutely. Do you think walking away after someone cheats is considered unfair?
No.
Here's what I think. I'm kind of 50-50 on that, because I feel like if you, and it's certain circumstances. Yeah. If you cheat and I'm like, all right, let's work on this, you know, and you bending over backwards trying to make me, I want you to trust me. And I'm stuttering. I can't even talk right now because I'm so tired. I want you to trust me again. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you this. I'm about to prove myself to you. And then that person's like, and just walks away. That's unfair.
That kind of is unfair, but at the same time, it's not. It's maybe a fair decision, because even if that person is bending over backwards and the person that got cheated on, they're like, I really can't handle this shit. They really crossed the line that I didn't like. And I don't want to continue to go through me thinking they're doing something because they betrayed my trust. So let's be fair and let me just say, I can't do this, and let me walk away.
Like I said, I just feel like it's 50-50, because I feel like when you find out somebody cheats on you, you know in your heart of hearts what you can take at that particular time.
Oh, yeah.
So if especially if it's just like one time and it was like not an accident, but you know what I'm saying? A situation where a vulnerable situation, which, whatever.
It just depends. Like, you put yourself in these situations.
Right. But I've had conversations with people who spouses were like super drunk, and the spouse was a woman, super drunk, and had sex with her homeboy, and totally regretted it afterwards. I
can't see that, because I've been hella drunk too, and either I'm a pass out or I'm coherent enough to know what the fuck I'm doing. Right. That I'm drunk shit, I think it's bullshit. I think the only time drunk shit will go is if I'm passed the fuck out, and then it's called rape. Because I didn't have sex, like, you know what I'm saying? I've been real drunk with friends and with homeboys, and I didn't accidentally just no.
But everybody handles their alcohol differently, because obviously alcohol does impair your decision making. So there are certain people that will fuck up and be like, and just regret their decision for the rest of, just like driving drunk. You fucking kill somebody, then what? You know what I'm saying?
you didn't intentionally be like. That's not, I don't think that comparison is good, because when you are drunk and you're with whoever, you have to know what you're doing,
but you don't.
I've not been at that point.
I've never been at that point either.
I've been drunk where I've had to be wheelchaired out of a motherfucking place, and I was not trying to have sex with nobody. And I've been drunk to where I'm able to get to my car and I didn't have sex with nobody. Like, if I'm going to have sex with you and I'm drunk, like, I know that I'm going to have sex with you. Like, it's not been a situation where I'm like, woke up the next day like, oh my gosh, damn it, I shouldn't have. No, I knew what the fuck I was doing.
I've been drunk to the point where I've had sex with someone before. And no, the story I just told was not about me, just so y'all know. I've had sex with someone before, and then the next morning I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. And even though I wasn't in a relationship when I had sex with that person, it was just at that particular time I was drunk, and I was just like, let's do it then. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, everybody handles their alcohol different.
Y'all just let Calgon take you away, don't you?
Child, look, when that alcohol get the
what you be drinking on?
Well, that was back in my vodka days. I was in my 20s when that happened. So
maybe if I was drinking Hennessy shots, I don't know. We're gonna have to test this out and see.
But no,
we're gonna have a case study on this.
It's just kind of like everybody handles their alcohol different. But I forgot what I was originally saying. Oh, I was going back to my point was, if the situation like that happens, one time thing, and the person's like remorseful than a motherfucker, and just like, oh my God, I fucked up. I'm so sorry. Let me do this. Let me do that. Try to be like. When they're approaching you and you find out about it, because 9 times out of 10, when those types of situations happen, that person's going to feel so guilty, they're going to tell on themselves somehow, some way. May not be blatant, oh, I cheated, but somehow, some way it's going to come out because the guilt's going to take over. But being on the other side, is it unfair to walk away after they've already put all that work into it? And I'm kind of 50-50 with that, because I'm like, in the beginning, off the rip, you should have known, nah, nigga, I'm never going to be able to trust you again. Or nah, bitch, I'm never going to be able to trust you
again. Not really, because sometimes it's a lot to process, and you be like...
And I'm not talking about walk away. I'm not saying like weeks later. I'm saying if you going months and months down the line. Oh, yeah. And then... they didn't bent over backwards trying to make you trust them.
Yeah, again? They would have been weeks of them bending over backwards, of them being like, they're bending over backwards and they're doing everything that I asked them to, and
I still don't want to.
I'm still gonna let them do it, even though I really don't want it. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I don't mean like, like freshness of it. But if it's like something that you guys have talked about, you agreed to work on it, and then 6 months down the line, you're like, actually, I don't want to do this. That's fucked up.
Just depends. I don't know. Trust is heavy.
It is. And once it's lost, that's one of them things where you're kind of like, listen.
Yeah.
My baby daddy can fucking tell me the sky is blue, and I won't believe that nigga. Like, I will never trust that nigga ever again.
It's the sunset. It's orange.
Right. I'm like, nah, nigga, that's purple. Like, I don't believe shit you're saying. Nope.
And it's bad, because sometimes it's really hard for trust to be regained.
It is.
It can be super hard. But, if you do decide to give that person another chance and it only happened one time and with one person, then, I
always look at those relationships, specifically like marriages that at 50, 60 years, and think, I know some dirt went down. You know, like how it was on Insecure when he cheated the one time and they were still together. I know some dirt went down. I always wonder, like how y'all get over that? Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you push through that shit? Maybe we should make that a round table. Yeah,
we'll get some married people on here to talk about that. That'll be really interesting because I don't know those answers. I really don't, because it just depends on their how that person even reacts, or how they even approach the situation. You know what pisses me off is when the cheater gets the attitude, like, don't be fucking arrogant. You know you messed up, and you just take your little punishment. Stop playing.
Girl, listen, I hate when the cheater be trying to pretend like it's no big deal. What the fuck you mean it's no big deal? Like, it was just a little, especially with the emotional cheating. It was just a conversation.
Yeah.
No, you motherfuckers was talking about hooking up. That's more than just a conversation. Like,
yeah, and it's like, again, would you want me to do that to you? No? Then why the hell are you doing this to me? Mm-hmm. Why would you even be like, no, hell no, nope, no ma'am, no sir,
sorry, just
no child, happen. No.
Nope.
So it's like, how do you get over it?
Girl, that's just one of those. It's case by case, person by person. It's not really something you can say, this is what you should do, because not what works for the goose doesn't always work for the gander. So
what's a gander?
I don't know, but my mom used to always say it, so we just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna have to look it up.
What's a gander?
Now I got to look it up. All I know is if it don't work for the goose,
work for them. It's a case-by-case situation. Everybody is not the same. Everybody's boundaries are not the same. So, what's a gander? It's another type of bird?
Girl, so the goose is the female. The gander is the male. So that's where the saying comes into play. Oh my
I don't
God.
Like that saying anymore.
I feel like I just learned something. What's good for the goose may not work for the gander. So I feel like I just learned something.
That's like kind of a double standard type of...
It depends on the situation,
I guess. Maybe when we're talking about underwear.
Or type flavor of Kool-Aid or something like that. Like, I'd like tropical punch. He may like grape.
I do love tropical punch. That's the best one.
Oh, God.
So, we're definitely going to have a round table with some married couples. I think that'll be really, really insightful.
Yeah.
We got to find some old black couple.
Ooh, child.
That still love each other.
She don't go upside Uncle Leroy head.
I got an Uncle Leroy. Yeah.
But yeah, so
let's wrap it up.
Let's do that.
So we're going to close the show. We thank you guys for checking back in with us again. All of the videos again are not videos, but all of the episodes are actually on YouTube now. So you guys can check them out on YouTube.
Nigga, we made it.
We made it. So just subscribe to everything. And YouTube also gives alerts when the new episode is available. So check that out. Please follow. Of course, we need your support. So be sure to check out our website at melaninblvd.com, Boulevard spelled out. And of course, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to Melanin Boulevard on iTunes, which is spelled out, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and don't be petty. Give us those 5 stars.
Yes.
And give us those ratings too. We want to hear what you think about the show. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Melanin Boulevard with Boulevard abbreviated. Don't forget to tell your friends so they can tell their friends, and then maybe we can be friends. To tune in every Thursday.
All right, y'all, and we're out. And the executive producer for this week's episode is yours truly, Brandy Harrison.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.